Damn. Only due to the my my favoritism, just the fact that I like this game, or I make something that criticizes it. Because if I didn't like this game, I wouldn't even bother with this. So this is about, as you can see, it's I'm going about the ratings, talking about what's wrong with the ratings, using Trailblazers as an example because I know the team, and you could do this for any team that's you probably do this for any team in the league, especially true for the teams that aren't big markets, didn't make the playoffs, which are most of the teams fall in either one of those categories. Shooting ratings are actually okay, but you can tell there's guys they skimped on, like Myers Leonard has bad shooting ratings, even though so far in his NBA career that's all he's done well. He hit 3 out of 7 threes. They give him a 25 in 3-point shooting and a 0 in tendency. And I'm gonna tell you, you have maybe a 1 in 500,000 chance of making 3 out of 7 3 pointers with a guy who has a 25. I'm looking at Aldridge's ratings. This is actually pretty good with Aldridge's 3-point shooting. He'll pop one every now and then. He has like a 40 rating, so he can actually make one now and then. I've made one with him. But Leonard's ratings, low, medium range, all that, you can tell they were skimping. And you can tell they just didn't update people that they thought they knew. Like Claver couldn't shoot last season, and his ratings are still good. He still has decent shooting ratings when he wasn't making any shots, but he still got playing time because of his defense, even though they gave him a poor on-ball defensive rating, which is just some not knowing the players, not knowing guys that really aren't getting a whole lot of attention. And sometimes they don't know what to do with the guys that are getting attention. Like Lillard, as you can see, like a little. Well, this is an inside rating that was changed to a standing layup. It's kind of a better name for it. Layup ratings are, in general, shooting ratings are okay since they've been using hoops data instead of just guessing. But look at Lillard's layup rating, and you'll see a trend with Lillard. They just dump some high stats into him because he had a good rookie season instead of breaking down what he's good at. And he is good at layups. Look at dunk rating. I gotta take issue with Leonard having a lower rating than Lopez in dunk. Leonard is a highlight dunk waiting to happen. Leonard is a guy he's like the J.R. Smiths of centers, dunks, and he can shoot, but he's not. He lost his second string spot to Freeland because they need some more of that presence in the middle with some defense. Look at that. Look at these ratings for Lillard. 99 in runner. Step through is good in real life though. I mean spin. But I mean just high ass ratings in spin and runner. I mean he's working on the runner in the off season because he didn't have a good runner. It wasn't bad, but his runner was just okay. So he was trying to improve it so he wouldn't get injured. You throw him over the big man, not take the fouls. So and hopefully he can do that. The team has had enough injuries. And again, they just dump these high stats, hop steps, euro steps. Lillard is just cleaning up. And some of these he deserves. Like his step through is damn good in real life. 99 is a bit high for anybody if you're on a historical scale. But if he deserves anything in the 90s, it's step through. It's just an example how they don't know what to do with guys. They're like, oh, he had a great rookie season. Let's jack him up with 90s. And it's one of the reasons why little dudes in this game are a little bit overrated across the board. I mean, this is the point guards are nasty in this game. They'll get their shot blocked because the shot blocking's improved. But if they don't get their shot blocked, they're drawing fouls, they're passing. Pass rating, if you know this team, you can see what's wrong. They could give Batum a lower rating in pass than Matthews. It's just proof they didn't even update a guy who, for at least half the season, was looking like an all-star. And he started playing hurt and couldn't play good. Batum, 5 assists, and Matthews, like I think he's like 2.5, and he gets a lower rating than Matthews. Pass rating, it just seems like there's too many guys in the very poor low 20s, but that's their scale because I think passing in general is a little bit messed up as far as what they consider to be a difficult pass. But so you can kind of tweak that with the sliders. I think I knocked passing down to 48, trying to get something to where you can't just yank them up court steadily. Security, security. I don't really have a problem with security ratings, ball handling. They actually gave. It's on a scale that isn't so high, so they aren't just dumping high into Lillard, even though his offhand is rather terrific. But he has an offhand um, in the real NBA, so I'm okay with this. His low post rating is kind of a his low post D rating is kind of a head scratcher. Considered it's lower than Mo Williams. I'm not sure about that. He's a little bit stockier than Mo Williams, taller. And if it's just technique, because Mo Williams has been in the league a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, 25. Come on, Lillard has some issues with defense. He wasn't really getting banged a lot in the post. That wasn't like the major thing that was getting him on defense. He was having problems with them pick and rolls and them fast players. Having problems with guys. You're gonna have problems with Westbrook and Paul, you know. But he went to work on it. Ball handling ratings I think are all right, but again, Matthews and Batum shouldn't be the same. Matthews is more of a catch and shoot guy. Batum moves around a little bit more. So that ain't that big of a deal. Looking at steals, I think it's odd that Aldridge has such a low steal rating compared to. Well, really, the only person I really have a major issue with the steal rating is McCullough, because watching him in the summer league, he'll jackknife people. He'll slam the ball into their legs and it'll bounce out of bounds. He's sneaky. He'll get his steals. If he plays some major minutes, he's going to average a steal a game in the league. So I'm thinking his steal rating's a little low, considering they made McCullough awfully good in other aspects. There's a game with low steal rating, low rebounding, which I'm not really in favor of with McCullum. And looking at Watson's steal rating, which is still awfully, he easily has the highest steal rating, but it's been a while since he's been able to produce. It's been a while since he played the minutes to put up that type of steal rating, so I'm not sure about that. But I like that he has that that rip ability where he can rip people off the handle. The rebound ratings are okay. Lopez is a curiosity on rebounding because in real life his defensive rebounding stats are pretty bad as far as him grabbing them. But he puts a body on people, and they don't really capture that in this game because he just gets killed on the boards by everybody. Like I played against Milwaukee, and Larry Sanders just got like 20 rebounds on him. It was sad. Dwight Howard kills him, and speed rating is another issue. Speed rating, I got a kind of another video to show. The problem here is I don't think anybody should be below a 50 because looking at how these guys play out. Maybe if you see more stiffs come in the league, but you don't see stiffs in the league anymore. You know, and because the speed rating, how they underrate big men, you end up with stuff like this where, man, I'm using Lopez. I'm running full speed right now. I know this break is coming. I'm running Lopez full speed. Wall slows down. He actually stops to catch the ball. He's jogging, plants his feet right there. I'm running full speed. Lopez should not get walked by Wall. As fast as Wall is, if you look at their combine sprints, three-quarter court, and that's basically where they're running from, three-quarter court. The difference in Lopez, his brother ran it. Brook ran it. Brook ran like a 3.5. Wall ran like a 3.15. That's not that big of a difference to where you're just gonna get walked by with 2 steps and angle, plus one guy's planted his feet, another guy's running full speed. Wall should not walk by him, and I'm controlling him, so I know he's running full speed. I'm hitting turbo. So I don't think anybody should be below a 50 in speed. If they bring back the stiffs, like they used to have stiffs in the NBA. They used to have stiffs because there were some good big men in the late 80s and early 90s, like Ewing and Robinson, and then later Shaq. So it was like, man, we gotta put some dudes out there with some size, and then the NBA had a lot of stiffs. Now you see them going small because you don't need to just have a dude out there that's big. So Robin Lopez, if his brother can run a 3.5, he can't be that much slower. Nobody's that much slower anyway. Because if you look at the history of the ratings, 3.8 might be like the slowest, except for one year where everybody was slow because they messed up the numbers. But other than that one year, it's like the fastest guys run a 2.8, like Weems and Nate Robinson. The slowest run like a 3.8. So I don't, that wouldn't happen. It's and if you look at him, you count his steps. If you count his steps, he's a good step slow. You know, just be it that he's a athletic player. And let's go look at Robin Lopez in real life. Now that video ran a bit too fast, but yeah, you can look up that video. Just look up Robin Lopez's block and Kobe. And you see his speed ratings. Thomas Robinson is slower than every guard on the team. He's slower. They gave him like a 74. He's slower than the slowest guard in the league, a point guard who I think is like Anthony Andre Miller with a 75. He has a 74. So how is Robinson going to be slower than Andre Miller? It's just and then stamina, 99 for Lillard. Look at the top three guys. It's like high 90s for everybody. It's the scale's off, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, Lillard deserves a high stamina rating. He indeed does deserve a high stamina, but his defense wasn't good enough to where I say he deserves a 99. You know, if he was woofing it on defense like he did offense, then by God, give him a 99 next to Jerry Rice, Stockton, Malone, Floyd Mayweather. I don't know anybody else who trains harder than Damian Lillard. At least watching them train. Like you watch guys train, and I'm like, man, the camera's on them. They're making a video, and they're not training hard. Lillard makes a video, and he's out there killing himself. So yeah, high stamina for Lillard is okay, but 99 when the dude's not making an all defensive team. If he makes an all defensive team, then give him 99 if he's playing that many minutes. Strength. I'll take issue with Aldridge being weaker than Leonard. Maybe if Leonard puts on some man strength and gets, he's only 21, I think. Aldridge might have deserved a 60 in his rookie season. He's put on some man strength. And vertical ratings are just too high across the board. They're in scope. They're in scale, especially when you consider this game doesn't have wingspans. It will have wingspans in the next gen version. So vertical is okay. It's just high in scale. You just lower the slider and you'll get a better gameplay. You don't even have to kill the slider. Just knock it down like 6 points. I think that's where I knocked it down. I'm gonna do a slider video after this. So that's why I'm trying to hurry through this one take, and that's why I'm not going to fix that video that was running way too fast. But you can just look that up, Lopez blocking Kobe, and look how he runs in real life compared to how he ran against Wall, and Wall just walked right by him. Quickness ratings are awfully high too, off scale. But in real life, though, big men aren't they? The difference in speed varies. I mean, the fastest dude is 6'5". Usain Bolt. If he's in the NBA, they measure him in shoes, he'd be 6'6". So speed doesn't have as much to do with height, but quickness usually does. It's harder for a big man to move laterally. There's a few guys that do it. Anderson Varejao is damn quick. back in the days, the Lakers used to have Kurt Rambis. He was quick. There's some quick big men. Kevin Garnett is quick, but in general, big men ain't that quick. So I wouldn't have a problem with the discrepancy with bigs and quickness, even though they just make every point guard extraordinarily quick and fast, which ain't quite the case. Some guys are just good athletes. They aren't great athletes. And like Chris Paul is not a great like he's not anybody that could get down in a decathlon. But I wouldn't say he's not a great athlete because a lot of being an athlete is coordination and skill. But that's about it. That's really the main issues that's wrong with the ratings. Top to bottom, it ain't that bad. So